Deceased. Kriss Akabusi.
Have you ever thought about arranging your own funeral?
Actually, it's a really surreal, quite overwhelming feeling.
I'm gonna arrange a funeral for my dad, Kriss Akabusi. Don't worry, he's very much alive.
You got your work cut out, babe.
He's only gonna watch his own funeral. Can I organise the perfect send-off? This is Celebrity Send-Off. Kira, why are you here today? So one of us is going to be arranging a funeral for the other one. And that is so weird, because we don't really talk about that. I mean, we've talked about death, like we talk about that in our family sometimes, but we don't really talk about the actual funeral arrangements.
Gonna be strange.
Oh, I can't open that, you do it.
Okay. Deceased. Kriss Akabusi.
Oh,
Shirts.
Dear Shakira, it is now up to you to arrange Kriss's funeral. Your first step is visiting a funeral arranger who will present the options available to you. You must organise everything you think Kriss would want for his perfect send-off.
You got your work cut out, babe. It would be easy if I'd spoken to Shakira beforehand, because we'd have an idea of some of the things that I really would like when I'm dead.
Shakira, what are we doing here?
I'm here to meet with the funeral director. I have a good idea of some things that I'm pretty sure my dad would want, but there are other things that I'm probably gonna get very wrong.
Hi, Shakira.
Hi.
My name's Craig. I'm the funeral director here.
Nice to meet you.
You too. Please follow me.
I mean, I wouldn't mind if it's a little bit contemporary. You know, I wouldn't want to click my daughter to ring, come on, you know, do your thing. But for me, I like the idea of some form of traditional send-off.
OK. Have you thought about what service your father would like to have?
It's important to my dad that there is a religious element. My dad's a Christian and his faith is really important to him, but he also has really strong roots in his Nigerian heritage. I want to make sure that we bring that into it.
People know me as Kris, but my name is Kizi Uche Chukuduru Akabusi. I'm an Igbo prince. My preference would be that I will be buried with my ancestors in Africa. However, I'm very, very British. You know, I ran for my country. I served my country in the British Army. Maybe my children would dress me in something or put the Union Jack flag over my coffin.
What type of hearse have you thought about?
I haven't thought about it, actually.
Horse and carriage. Yeah, I love that.
What options have we got?
So the options we have, the more traditional hearse, which I'm sure you've seen.
Yeah.
That can be decorated. We also do a motorcycle hearse.
He had a motorbike phase, but it was a phase.
Okay.
So let's not linger on it, you know.
I think the last one, the Land Rover hearse, something that people that are really into the outdoors and big personalities, it's a big statement.
I feel like that might be a really good option for my dad.
Yeah. What type of floral theme have you thought for the service?
What I think I would love is to have the floral arrangement. White lilies flanked by lovely green foliage to have the Nigerian flag, baby.
So I really do want to use the flowers to connect back to Nigeria. And possibly, if it's not too much colour overload, we could bring something in there, claret and blue. My dad was a massive West Ham fan.
That's something we can offer. Given it was a burial that you was interested in, is there any type of memorial that you'd be looking at?
So my dad loves the outdoors, loves nature. I was wondering if we might be able to maybe plant something.
Well, nature will be important to me at my funeral as much as I will be buried in the soil. I was brought up in a children's home from my 4th year to 12th year. I cried every night. And I had a real connection with nature when I was 12, when I snuck outside the building and I stood in front of this weeping willow tree and I cried for my mum. And it was the last time I cried. And at that moment, it sounds so weird, but I really connected to nature, and I'm sure that's where my love of nature comes from.
What I can show you here is something called a memory tree. And what that is a small sapling that then obviously grows into a tree, and you can then revisit that in future.
Yeah, that sounds beautiful.
Have you thought about what type of coffin you'd like your dad to be rested in?
This is one of those things I have no idea what the options are.
Come with me and I'll show you the different options.
I don't need an elaborate casket. I'd be happy in a sort of wicker thing. That'd be lovely.
There are so many options here, and actually it's a really surreal, quite overwhelming feeling.
Yeah, I can understand that. This is a moment when people see the coffin. This is when it tends to hit them emotionally.
Yeah.
What we have here is the casket, which is the more high-end coffin that we offer. Then moving on to this one here, this is the cardboard, which is the simple option for families. And then we have the artiste, which you can see there has Dad on the side already. We have the willow, which is a bit more grounded with nature. And then the picture coffin, which can have any photo that you'd like on there.
I'm drawn a little bit to the two strong wooden options, but hearing you talk, I'm also really interested in this wicker option.
What we can do with this, the two-tone there, as you see, is darker and lighter. We can have that changed to whichever colour you'd like.
I feel like this could be a really great option.
What have you learned from today?
I think what I've really learned from today is that there's just so many more steps to consider than I'd initially anticipated. There's so much more to think about. So there's one little thing that I'm hoping we're going to be able to pull off, but I'm not quite sure yet, that I can get someone from his 4x4 relay team to come along as the celebrant.
Hi, Shakira, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine.
Good.
So we're working on a programme where we are looking into how you would arrange someone's funeral and just opening that discussion around everything that it takes. I'm actually arranging my dad's funeral. I was hoping you might be able to come along and be our celebrant, because I know that would mean so much to my dad.
Shakira, you know the answer to that. Of course, I'd love to do that. We go back a very long way, don't we? Let's be honest. You know, me and your dad went on to do amazing things, and the truth is, I don't think either of us would have achieved what we did without each other. We dreamed together of one day winning Olympic medals, and we were step in step together. So I'd love to do that, and hopefully he'll be pleased that I did.
Roger Black, Dave Edmond, John Regis, 3 guys who I competed with in 1991 and became world champions with. We did something together against the odds. And 30 years later, we're still tight. I see these guys on a regular basis.
Thank you so much. I'm going to send you over all of the details.
OK, Shakira, I'll see you then.
Great, thanks, Roger. Thank you. Yes, he said he's going to do it. I feel 80% confident in the choices that I've made. There's a few things I'm not sure about, but hopefully I've done a good job.
It's time for me to go and see what Shakira, my daughter, has organised for my funeral. I have to admit, it's quite surreal.
Okay, Papa, you ready?
I'm actually quite excited.
Papa, Oppa, to some known as Kris or even Chief, let this not be a day that we just sit here and weep.
At 47.82, that's my British record. Hopefully by then, it's not still the British record, but it stood there for like 30-odd years. Very
West Ham colours.
Yeah, the West Ham colours is an amazing suit. It's Roger. Oh.
You're known for charisma and your very loud laugh, so let's look through your life, but oh, where to start? Because it isn't all hurdles or medals and TV. There's so much more that you mean to me.
Welcome, everybody, to the celebration of the extraordinary life of my great friend, Kriss Akabusi.
I mean, we go back a very long way, obviously.
Things weren't always easy, not always a game, but you rose and you grew and you learned and you gained. The memories I have and all of my siblings are bursting at the brim. My pen just keeps scribbling. From California dreaming with Team GB and you, to Roger playing his Nicky Nacky Noo Noo Noo. We walk through life and we leave our impression through memories, reminders, our words and our lessons. Micah said, do justly, love mercy, walk humbly with your God. You might be moving on from here, but you're never forgot. Your energy moves on through the family tree, through Alanam, Sakile, Ashanti, and me. I can't say how much we'll miss you, there simply aren't the words, but I know you're still walking, just not on this earth. Our Papa, our Oppa, our protector, our guide, this is the start of a new adventure and it's not really goodbye.
That is amazing. That would be brilliant if that happened. So, so you're going to send my body. You're going to send my body.
Yes,
to
we're
Nigeria.
going to send your body to Nigeria, but this comes first.
Oh, that's amazing, Shaz. No, that's amazing. I was really touched to see Roger there as well.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I have to say, when I saw the hearse, it wasn't a horse and carriage, and it wasn't a motorbike. The number 4782 you see in flowers, really significant. It is currently, still, after 30 odd years, the British record for the 400-meter hurdles. And I hold it, baby. Shakira did a fabulous job, but I could have seen a little bit more of the Nigeria angle in there, bit of culture. I would have loved a little bit more traditional hymns and a bit more, Christian traditional attitude there. I'm not gonna complain, but there you go. So Shakira, I saw the plant. Please tell me I'm not buried underneath that plant, and you're actually really gonna send me to Nigeria.
I will absolutely send you to Nigeria because you have been able to tell me how important that is to you. Feels far, but yes, absolutely. That is where you'll go.
Oh, bless you, baby. That's fabulous.
Okay, so Papa, as one final little surprise, here is the poem I wrote for you, framed.
Wow. Oh, that's amazing, Shaz. I know where that's going to go. On the mantelpiece or above the fire with everything else there that's special to me. Thank you, my love.